What is up? 2 minutes in the box with Gordo, March 18th, 2025. Today, we're going to recap last night's games, latest on the standings, news and rumors, tonight's game, a potential Shane Doan sighting with the future and return of the Arizona Coyotes with the Ishbia brothers at the Phoenix Suns game, Mitch Marner sweepstakes update. The Florida Panthers almost got the biggest prize in hockey. Nikita Kucherov back in 2016. And updates with post trades with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Dallas Stars and the Utah Hockey Club name update and a exclusive game for the Global Series for next season. All right, first up, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day game last night. All right. Now, I'm not surprised with Tampa Bay and Toronto winning both their games. I'm not surprised. And they're tied in the Atlantic Division for second and third place. And it's no surprise there. The lowly Flyers, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat easily, and the starving wild card final spot chasing Calgary Flames, Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Boston Bruins losing in overtime against the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo getting those two valuable points for them, but I know. Their season is practically basically over. And the Bruins, at least they got a point, but it's not enough. And the New Jersey Devils, they got two valuable points against a very close game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And I'll say this was a good game on New Jersey's hands, but Columbus outshot New Jersey 46-20. And speaking of Columbus, though, I saw an interesting stat that you guys might want to hear on this one. Oh, yeah, this right here made me like going, wow. Most 20 goal scores by team this season. Tampa Bay Lightning with six 20-goal players. The Columbus Blue Jackets with five, along with the Washington Capitals and Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Columbus, though, that is a big shocker and surprise right there. And Minnesota Wild getting two valuable points against the LA Kings 3-1. And tonight, let's go to the games in hand. We have 9 games on the dock. Ovi watch tonight. You know the whole situation with Ovechkin. He is getting close to breaking the great one. I mean, this right here, Wayne Gretzky's record is getting close. And Ovi's got 8 to go. The grade 8 is got 8 to go. And they're playing against the Detroit Red Wings. And you know the Detroit Red Wings, they do not like playing in the month of March. They've only won one game so far this month, one or two games. But I gotta say, the Red Wings, with Mrazek, it's a do or die. They've been playing well under Mrazek, but is it enough to get to a wild card two spot? But the Washington Capitals, though, Ovi, I'm not going to be surprised here. I believe he might get a goal and assist. A few weeks ago, I said that he was going to break the record today, but I was wrong. I was wrong. I forget hockey's a team game, but Ovi theoretically could have had the record by now if it weren't for the injury against Utah Hockey Club. So this game right here, look and watch because be on the lookout because Ovi is chasing history and chasing the great one. I expect this one to be somewhat teeter-totter balanced, but I'm gonna go Washington. No surprise there. And you've got the Nashville Predators and the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues, they have had the third best record since the Four Nations, coming off that Four Nations tournament. And the Blues are in a wild card spot. The Predators, they're not. And I tell you, the Blues are still alive and still fighting for a final wild card spot. Just keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on this one. And you've got the Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars. Old school Pacific Division rivals, but this is Pacific against against the Central Division. Yeah, I gotta say, Anaheim's somewhat still alive, but Dallas, they've got all the weapons and the tools necessary for this fight. I'm going to go Dallas on this one. Now we've got an interesting game here. between the Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens. Right here, Montreal's been playing hot. Ottawa's playing hot. This is a crucial matchup for both teams. And I gotta say, Dylan Cousins for Ottawa, he is dangerous. And boy, Buffalo, you did it again. You screwed it up. Yep, you did it again. You really screwed it up. And meanwhile, Montreal, I gotta say, Cole Caulfield, he is deadly. He's deadly. I gotta say, he's gonna be definitely gonna be reaching that 40 goal plateau. And I gotta say, Ottawa is on a mission. I'm gonna go with the Sens on this one. And Brady Tkachuk, man, he is playing like a man possessed. I gotta say, Ottawa. Yeah. So you got Calgary against the New York Rangers, and Calgary trying to fight for their wild card lives, and the Rangers as well. Very valuable 2 points on both teams. This is gonna be a dogfight, and don't forget 1 year ago the Rangers were the President's Trophy winning team, the best team in the NHL. But I gotta tell you, you know, I'm gonna go with Calgary on this one. I really think Calgary. I know they struggled that last game, but I gotta go with the Calgary Flames against the New York Rangers. Then you've got the New York Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Islanders are picking up the slack, but winning that game against the Panthers, that was a boost of confidence right there. There's still some time left, but those 2 points are very valuable in the moment right now. I'm gonna go with the New York Islanders. And meanwhile, in the Central Division, Chicago Blackhawks, the lowly Chicago Blackhawks against the Seattle Kraken. I'm going to go Seattle. Chicago's odds of getting a lottery pick are going to get higher. And, they're going to be joining the San Jose Sharks as eliminated from the playoffs already. And we've got a ESPN game tonight between the Utah Hockey Club and the Edmonton Oilers. This one will be fun. I got to tell you, Utah is still in the fight. They're still in a wild card chase against the Western Conference champ Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to go with an upset here. I am going to go with Utah. Utah, to me, I think they got the better goaltending. I just think the Oilers, though, they just been how should I say? I just think they don't have it. I don't think they have the same mojo as last year going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I just don't think they are the same team. They don't have it. And the last game is the Winnipeg Jets and the Vancouver Canucks. I am going to go with Winnipeg. Best team in the NHL. They're feisty. I love Scheifele and Kyle Connor. This team is looking good. Their goaltending is strong. And Vancouver, they're not going to get those two valuable points for that wild card chase. And speaking of wild card chase, let's give a little update on the standings race, shall we? So we've got the Florida Panthers first place with 85 points in the Atlantic. Second place and third place tied the Lightning and the Maple Leafs, 83 points each. And meanwhile, in the Metropolitan, you've got 96 for the Capitals, 86 for the Carolina Hurricanes, 80 for the New Jersey Devils. And the Devils are 6 away at tying the Carolina Hurricanes. And meanwhile, in the wild card chase, you've got 77 points for the Ottawa Senators and the New York Rangers with 72. And now we've got a very close wild card race for the final spot. So the Montreal Canadiens, 71, they're trying to creep up on the Rangers. They're 1 point behind. You got the Detroit Red Wings, 2 points behind for the final wild card spot against the New York Rangers, and the Blue Jackets as well, 70, and they're 2 points behind the New York Rangers. Boston Bruins, 3 points, and the New York Islanders with 4. This is compelling stuff. This is compelling. And theoretically, if we look at the standings now, tomorrow, if the Rangers win tonight in tomorrow's standings, I am going to say Rangers got 74. And meanwhile, if the Canadiens win tonight against the Sens, 73, but not enough. Same thing that goes with the Red Wings. If they win tonight, is it enough? Who knows? The Rangers still own possession. If the Rangers win tonight, it's going to be a tough climb for those teams who are looking for those two valuable points, especially in Montreal and Detroit, who are playing tonight, especially the New York Islanders as well. And, everybody is looking at the standings like it's the stock market in Wall Street right now in the Eastern Conference. It's so tight right now. And meanwhile, in the Western Conference, Winnipeg Jets, best record in the NHL, top in the Central Division, 98 points. Dallas Stars, meanwhile, they have 87. And the Colorado Avalanche with 85. And Dallas plays tonight. And if the 2 points come in, so Dallas gets another 2 points, it would be a 4 point lead in the Central Division against the Colorado Avalanche, who are 2 points behind for second spot right now. I'll say this: the Central Division is dangerous. It's a very dangerous division, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a bloodbath in the first round between Dallas and Colorado, and especially who Winnipeg might be playing in the second round as well. So, in the Pacific Division, you've got the Vegas Golden Knights with 86, Edmonton Oilers 82, 81 for the LA Kings. LA Kings would have won last night if it weren't for the Minnesota Wild victory, who also they have 81 points as the first wild card, and they are 4 points behind the Colorado Avalanche for third in the Central Division. And the LA Kings could have leapfrogged the Edmonton Oilers if it weren't for the Kings' loss last night. Yeah, and then now you got the wild card, Vancouver Canucks' second wild card, and they are technically tied with the St. Louis Blues. And Calgary Flames are behind with 71, along with Utah Hockey Club and Anaheim with 65. And I'll say, if Calgary wins tonight and if Vancouver loses, hear me out, and St. Louis loses, Calgary can leapfrog. But this is going to be interesting, guys. This is going to be interesting because you've got Vancouver, St. Louis, Calgary, and Utah, and Anaheim all playing tonight. These standings are going to be crazy tomorrow when we reveal what is happened those games tonight into tomorrow in the standings in that realm. Boy, I gotta say, this is exciting. This is very compelling, exciting stuff here. All right, now let's get to the latest rumors and news of the day. All right. Shane Doan was spotted at a Phoenix Suns game last night, sitting with Matt and Justin Ishbia, the owners of the Phoenix Suns, potentially talking of a return into the NHL for the Arizona Coyotes. I would love to see it happen, but you've got a mountain to climb, with the Coyotes and hockey in Arizona. Arizona State University is thriving right now, winning against Duluth over the weekend. That was an amazing weekend for Arizona State University hockey. And the thing is, there's only three suitable situation arenas for the future of the Arizona Coyotes and a new arena along with the Phoenix Suns. You've got Scottsdale, Tempe, or downtown Phoenix. Yeah. And it was great to see Captain Coyote Shane Doan there. But I'll tell you, it would be a good deal that we would get another update on what's going on with this whole situation. Shane Doan's currently with the Toronto Maple Leafs in management. It would be nice for him to, he is one of the most decorated Coyote player of all time. And it sucks the way how they treated him to the end. I would love to see Shane Doan in a high capacity, high management role once the Coyotes are resurrected like a phoenix in the sun. All right. I would say, in the next year or two, I believe Arizona will get their team back. They'll play temporarily at Phoenix Arena, and they'll get a new arena either, like I said, downtown Phoenix, Scottsdale, or Tempe. Yeah, I would say those odds are pretty good, and I'm glad to hear that Shane Doan is talking and having meetings with Matt and Justin Ishbia. And, I heard that Justin Ishbia is not pursuing the Chicago White Sox now. So he is talking about NHL return to the desert with his brother Matt Ishbia and also building a potential brand new arena for the Suns as well. And I'll tell you, you got to have an arena. You have the fans, but you need a perfect location and an arena that can work in a location that would work for everybody so everyone wins. And you've got a thriving hockey community in the state of Arizona. All right. So now the Mitch Marner sweepstake update. Yeah, I don't think he's going to return to Toronto. If it's going to be some 8-year crazy contract, I got to tell you that whole deal, I would say, Mitch Marner is going to be walking the market. Carolina almost got him. You've got the Hurricanes looking for him. You've got the Utah Hockey Club, Chicago Blackhawks. You've got practically almost the whole league looking at him. Here's the ultimate test. Can Mitch Marner thrive without Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and John Tavares? Can Mitch Marner be his own man? That's the question. Can Mitch Marner be that guy? I mean, if he plays with Connor Bedard is going to be in heaven, and Connor Bedard needs that help all around. You got the Carolina Hurricanes. They need some goal scoring. They got everything. They got the coach, they got the talent, but they just missing that superstar to take him over the top. Utah, they've got a lot of cap space. They're ready to contend. They are still in this wild card chase. And you've got a lot of teams are clamoring. They are willing to give a 7-year max contract to Mitch Marner. And Toronto, they would love to keep him on an 8-year deal or somewhat of a friendlier deal. But, if I was Mitch Marner, I would get out of Toronto. I know you're from there, but the taxes, the taxes, the taxes, I would find the best deal and go along with it. And you got to go to a team that's on the rise. You got to see what's best for you, Mitch. That's what I would do. If I were you, I would leave Toronto and pursue your career elsewhere. And I believe you can take your whole game to another level. And I believe you could be the man and you could be the face of that franchise, the next franchise. Yeah. And I got a little surprise. So back in 2016, well, Nikita Kucherov was a restricted free agent. The Florida Panthers were on the verge of giving Nikita Kucherov a offer sheet. They were very close, but withdrew the offer at the last second. Could you imagine how hockey history would have been? The Tampa Bay Lightning losing Nikita Kucherov to go and then do your state rival to the Florida Panthers. I mean, history would be very different, and we would definitely see a lot alternative, changes. And Nikita Kucherov would be, he's still one of the most expensive players in hockey. And I'm glad Tampa Bay matched it, but I mean, theoretically, it would have been awesome to have a superstar like Nikita Kucherov. Imagine him and Barkov as a 1-2. I think Huberdeau would have been traded much earlier to Tampa Bay for compensation. That would have been a altering history moment in NHL and even in a Lightning history in the Florida Panther history. That would have been a catastrophic deal. I mean, can you imagine on the same day when Steven Stamkos get his 8-year contract extension from the Tampa Bay Lightning, Shea Weber and PK Subban trade, and then Adam Larson for Taylor Hall, and Kucherov gets that offer sheet deal on the same day. That would have been the craziest moment in NHL history. Those 30 minutes or hour, that would have been the craziest of all time. But at least Kucherov is still one of the faces of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now we've got an update on the post Mikko Rantanen trade. So the Carolina Hurricanes, they're currently 4-0. They got rid of the problem in the locker room, and currently the Dallas Stars are 1-2-1. Yeah. So that right there, let's just say, Carolina did the right thing. Yeah, I think they're saving their checkbook for Mitch Marner anyway. So, I mean, here for Mitch Marner to Carolina in the future. All right, now update. So, Utah Hockey Club, they are potentially going to be announcing a new name by the end of the season or in May. Okay, so it's basically a close one between Utah Hockey Club and Utah Mammoth. I mean, the Outlaws are still in it in the bout, but so it's basically a two-man race between Hockey Club and Mammoth. And I gotta be honest, I really think it's gonna be coming down to the wire. I am gonna go Mammoth. It sounds right. I love the Hockey Club, but you know, it I love both names. Let's just be honest. I love the name Hockey Club and Mammoth, one of the two, but I'm just gonna go with the Mammoth. Yeah. I mean, Montreal Canadiens, they technically got Hockey Club on their jersey, with Montreal Canadiens, you've got the H inside of the C, so Hockey Club and all. I really think it's going to be Mammoth. I really like Hockey Club. It was conceptually brilliantly done, but I am going to go with Mammoth. It's natural and it's perfect because you've got the mountains, you've got where the mammoths were from, so it's a win-win deal for the future of Utah and the NHL. So it's going to be Mammoth. I'm voting for that. I think it's going to be the conclusion, the far gone conclusion that Mammoth will be the name announced by either May or June. All right. And I would like to say congratulations to the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Nashville Predators playing a couple of games of the Global Series next year at Avicii Arena in Stockholm, Sweden, November 14th and November 16th. Boy, this is going to be fun at the Avicii Arena. It's going to be a great game between these two former rivals of the Stanley Cup Finals in 2017. I think this is great that the game is growing and moving and grooving, and especially Pittsburgh and Nashville. All right. This has been 2 Minutes in the Box with Gordo. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, Rumble, True Social, etc. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Enjoy the hockey out there tonight.